How am I supposed to work up here? This is a health and safety hazard. Hey there everyone, my name is GamePar and welcome back to another episode on the InfinityCraft server, coming at you from the very top of the world once again, the base area. And boy oh boy, the shell is done, but it's taken a huge amount of concrete. You saw that I completely emptied out the white concrete bin in the concrete factory last episode, and well, I have filled it up again and it's almost half empty yet again. So this thing has taken so many resources, it is kind of ridiculous. But I have run into a problem, and I'm not quite sure, for starters, what's causing the problem, but two, what to kind of do about it. So as you know, the top of the base goes all the way up to build height level, and although it is daytime, and I've just popped up top here, although it is daytime, it is an absolute mob fest up here. And I don't understand why that is the case. I've tried to do a little bit of research and I'm not getting any answers. But it's the middle of the day, there's no nasty weather, it's not raining or anything like that. And I mean, it's just, mobs are spawning up here like it's a completely dark space. I don't understand what is going on here. So I've got to figure out some sort of solution for this. I can't even, I'm gonna have to run away, go out of the world and come back even to approach getting close to this thing, because the mobs are just too... Okay, we are outside of the world now. Let's head back down. That should have no, it didn't even despawn all the mobs. Let's go a little further out. Yeah. How high are we here? We are, it should be well more than enough. Okay, let's pop back down here. Okay. Yeah, hopefully that's despawn. I want to see what the light level on the top... Oh, seriously! Okay. Light level... where's my light level? Light level, can't even find my light level. Okay. Light 15, and then light completely disappears. So, I'm assuming that maybe the game thinks that there is absolutely no light up here, but that doesn't make any sense. I mean, it should have the most amount of light, shouldn't it? Yeah, this is really strange. I need to think about what we're going to do about this. Now, I'm just trying to think about what I could do about this situation, and I'm wondering, what if I, instead of using full-size blocks on this top level, I use slabs? Now, that just means that, obviously, there's no white concrete slabs in the game. I'm probably going to have to use quartz slabs, because that's the only thing that would be sort of matching. This is so strange. But if I'm going to use quartz slabs, I don't think I have much quartz on hand, and it's going to require heading off and doing a resource gathering mission. But let me just see if I actually have some in stock. I have a little bit of quartz in stock. Well, those are quartz steps. That's not going to be overly helpful. So that's, well, at least a start. I wonder if they sell quartz in the Rail and Buck block shop, or whatever it's called. Buck and Rail's Block Emporium, that's what it's called. Alright, let's see. Do they sell quartz? Not seeing anything down there. How about... sea pickles? Sea pickles are not a block. I thought this was a block emporium. Okay. So they... Oh, they're all out! 1 stack for 2 diamonds. They are all out of quartz. That just means I'm going to be spending a whole lot of time in the nether. Whole lot of time collecting quartz. Yeah, I see what my next couple days is all about. And to top it all off, I'm almost out of fireworks. I'm gonna have to go make up a bunch of fireworks or buy some from Silver Platinum. I wonder if Silver has any rockets in stock right now, because that would be the quickest way to replenish my supplies. Kind of low at the moment, but maybe I will just grab what he has in stock. That will save me the trouble of having to make some. There we go, we are restocked a little bit in rockets, at least enough to do me this episode today. So now working on this is going to be super tricky because I've got to avoid all these mobs. Lovely. It's like an army of zombies. And And husks, or whatever these things are called. Well, at least I've inadvertently figured out a way that you can create a mob spawner. Yeah. Now this is interesting. I just put this guy onto the slabs, and he's not bothering me. I can't run into him, or I get destroyed. But the moment they step down onto the slabs, they lose interest. That's really interesting. Like, what happens if this guy... He won't even step down onto the slabs. So it's almost like I'm protected as long as I'm standing on the slabs. Maybe that will help me get this work done. Interesting! Now, the skeleton is still firing at me. But, that was the only mob that was interested in me at all. How am I supposed to work up here? This is a health and safety hazard. Look at them all! Oh my! Well, that's something really else interesting. You cannot place a top slab on this level if it's being placed on top of another slab. Interesting. Oop, need my rockets. This has got to be one of the most efficient mob spawners I have ever seen. Get back! Get back. Man, that's nuts! Absolutely nuts! I can tell you for sure that working up here with all of these mobs spawning is definitely not an easy trick. But what I've decided I'm going to do is, since they don't seem to want to walk over the slabs, I am working on getting a slab perimeter. That way there's a barrier between me and the majority of the mobs. That's not really going to help me out with the skeletons that have range attack, but at least that'll help me out with creepers and zombies and all those kinds of things. Spiders, too, don't seem to really be affected by the slabs. So I'm going to have to I already had one creeper explode up here and I had to replace a bunch of concrete. Don't need multiples explodifying up here. But, yeah, working on trying to get this perimeter in, but even that's taking forever. Ah! Enderman! Where'd you go? Well, this slab strategy seems to be working so far. No mobs have spawned on top of the quartz slabs, but man, did I ever take a long time in the nether to get all this quartz. So, yeah, I'm just going to continue. I'm kind of just working my way around bit by bit so that I can kind of keep the mobs under control here. I'm getting lots of XP out of the deal and getting quite a bit of gunpowder, so I might be able to make a bunch more of my own rockets. But, yeah, I think this is the way we're going to have to do this, because I can't... No, do not explode, do not explode. How are you running so quickly on the top of slabs? That is so strange. Anyway, yeah, so this method seems to be working, and I'm just gonna continue working on this and get the whole area slabbed up. Also, I don't know if I've ever mentioned this before, but I'm standing on top of slabs. Slabs are half blocks. And for some reason, so many people call these things half slabs. I mean, where does that come from? We don't have half slabs. Half slabs would be like a quarter of a block. I've just never quite understood that. Let me know in the comments what you call them. Do you call them slabs, half slabs, or what? If you call them half slabs, tell me why you call them half slabs. I'm really curious to find out. Are you coming to get me? Okay, good. You stopped there. Well, here it is. The shell is complete. Of course it's raining. It's always raining here on InfinityCraft. But we have this whole thing done. So as you can see, putting the quartz slabs up at the top was the solution to preventing mobs from spawning up there. I don't understand the mechanic, because when you're at the top of build height, there's nothing that should be in the way of the light. It should be maximum light levels. But when I did the F3 to check out the levels, this level here had full 15 level light, and this level, there was no registration for light. There was the line to register light was just gone. So I don't really understand. Now underneath this is so dark, because I probably should have been putting end rods in as I went, and well, I didn't. So once we start putting a floor in here, probably around, I'm gonna guess, because of the shape of this, I want to do something really interesting as far as an entry here. So we will probably have floor around the level that this end rod is sitting on. So yeah, I might. It would be a lot of work to do this, but I might extend the level of the bottom here down by just a couple of levels. It would be really hard to do because, well, I've got nothing to stand on underneath here, and I'll really have to think long and hard about whether or not I want to do that. But we'll put a floor in a couple levels above this area here. I'd really like to put some sort of airlock or something here, so not sure exactly how that's going to happen, and that's why I would have to put the floor on the third level up. No, fourth level up, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, level 4, which doesn't quite give me as much of a lip underneath as I wanted. I might have to build a bit of a false floor around just so I can put a couple extra levels. I'll have to see what about that. See what I think. But we should have enough space to get. So if the floor is about, well, I have no cursor on my camera count here, but if the floor is about this level here, I should be able to put another floor around this level here, and maybe even a top floor up here. I might be able to get 3 really good floors out of this, at least 2. And we're gonna do some really cool windows and different things like that. But yeah, this is looking really cool. It's just really odd how the spawning worked on here. But now that we've got slabs on the lower level of the block, mobs are not going to spawn. I've left the opening here in the middle because I'm probably going to be putting a couple more rows of beacons in, a couple more rings of beacons, just so it really has a solid beam. And so I want to leave that open so that, one, I can fly in and out of here with my elytra and get to the top, but also I can just work on getting those beacons in without too much of an issue. So yeah, I think it's looking pretty cool. Even looks really cool at nighttime because of all of the end rods that are on here. I might need to add end rods on a couple of these other levels just because the light level is getting a little bit low there. But let's back off and see this thing in its entirety. Yeah, that's looking pretty cool. That's looking pretty awesome, actually. Wow. Okay. Well, that is that job done. I still need to do my 2-hour grind on the wither farm to see if I can get some more wither skelly skulls, because I really do want to get at least that first ring of beacons in place. Also, something else that I have done is I've started to clear out all of the sand. I've got, you can see the chunk that I've got cleared out there. I needed all of that sand to create the last of the concrete that I needed for this thing. And oh, that's actually kind of cool the way the lighting's working there. You know what? That tells me that we might want to do something with lighting on the bottom of this thing that would kind of look just as cool as this, because we want the inside to be usable. We're not just going to leave it empty, but we'll want maybe something on the bottom that just gives that glow of light, just like we see there. That's really cool. Anyway, that's how much sand was required to make the concrete that I needed. But all of this area is going to be cleared out, where the ring of end stone that we put down is. Also, I'm putting end rods in here just to light it up, because the shadow from the base up here makes it really dark down there during the day. And again, that's just a mob fest down there. So eventually this will be all dug down to bedrock, because the base is just chewing away at the earth. But getting rid of all the sand will be really the first job at doing that. And eventually you'll see that this gradually kind of sinks down into the ground, which is going to be really cool to see that progression over the course of the season. So as promised, I've spent 2 full hours in the nether grinding out wither skeleton skulls. How many did you guess that I had? Well, I will show you exactly how many I have. I have 15 of them, which is great, because 15 is a multiple of 3, so we've got enough to do 5 withers. So I'm going to head over on into the end and spawn for myself some withers and get myself some nether stars. That's what they're called, nether stars. Did some quick wither killing, and I've got 5 nether stars in my inventory. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. I'm just grabbing the obsidian that I need, and we're gonna craft up 5 of these beacons. Gotta like that. Alright, let's go over to the base and put them in place. You know, 5 beacons seems like it's a lot of beacons, but I'm sure it's hardly gonna make a dent in the number that we need here. Alright, let's see, where do we want to put them? Let's continue going around this side. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 more beacons in place. How many more do we need in order to fill up the first ring? 18 of them, if I count that right. 18! And that's a lot of wither skelly skulls. Alright, what I want to do is I want to head up and just take a look at everything one more time with these new beacons in place. How's that looking? Oh, yeah. Okay. The more beacons we get in here, the better it looks. Yes. Alright, let's see if I can fly through the center here. I should get rid of that center block, just so that I don't accidentally hit it and die through kinetic energy. Yeah. Alright, look straight down. Ooh, I fell. Oh well. I was gonna say, I want to look straight down and see how that looks, but, yeah, I just kind of fell. Alright, let's get a little bit more altitude here, and yeah. I think that's looking pretty cool. Oh, every time I leave the area, the beacons turn off. Alright, so if we're looking straight down here into the abyss with the... let's get over to the side that doesn't have beacons and look down at the beacons. Yeah, that's pretty cool. We'll have to do something to accent this on the inside of the base. I'm not quite sure what we want to do about that yet, but yeah, this is looking pretty cool, if I do say so myself. Looks really cool at nighttime too. Yeah, that's kind of sweet. Well, the next step that we're going to be doing is working on... Oop, almost went too fast there. The next step we're going to be working on is getting the floor or the bottom enclosure piece on this thing. Not quite sure what I want to do for a design for that, so if you have an idea for a design for the bottom piece of this structure, let me know in the comments below, because right now I'm fresh out of ideas, and that's kind of the next thing that we need to do, because, well, you can't really work on interiors until there's a bottom floor on this thing. Otherwise, you're just going to be continuously falling to your death, right? So that is going to be the next step. So if you have any ideas about designs, let me know. Let me know in the comment section below. But that is all the time that we have for today's episode. I think that it's been a good one. We've gotten a lot accomplished. So if you've enjoyed this video, make sure that you hit that like button. If you're new to my channel or haven't done so yet, make sure that you hit that subscribe button today and make me a very happy GamePar. As always, take a moment, check out the YouTube pages of the other InfinityCraft members. Well worth your time to check them out. But for now, this has been GamePar playing on the InfinityCraft server. Have a great day, everyone.